Okay, this video, it's about nothing. Just me after yoga class, slid into Home Depot. And you know sometimes how you look at the sun in a certain unique way, and maybe something is like kind of like reflecting the sun and it's in your eyes, and then like you see like a bunch of like light in your forehead, like a unique light. It doesn't happen all the time, you know. That's what's happening to me right now, you know. Just kind of getting that whole like, you know, that third eye is kind of being cleansed in a unique way. And I just want to say my underground shit, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but people just don't know the depth and the substance of the underground shit, and I'm saying that for my own expression. And everyone's at where they're at, you know. But like I try not to compare and shit, because the fates, they they're kind of like we don't necessarily know this or accept this, and if we know this we don't accept this. But on a different level, the fates, the quote unquote, the different versions of the fates, and there's many different versions of the fates, they're the ones doing the fucking check mark box, pass or not, you know. And within that check mark box, that's it. That those check marks in those esoteric boxes, that's kind of the thing that helps us exceed in life and shit. And within the exceeding of life and shit, then you could actually get that fucking desire met, right? You could get that fucking comfort met. You could get that, you know, that steady stimulation met, right? Because obviously, like, you know, speed culture is like, let's get this shit now type of shit, regardless of the activity, right? Let's get this shit now. Nothing wrong with getting shit now, but the how is, it's kind of like it's overlooked. Like the different types of hows, it's overlooked, you know. And what are the different types of hows, you know? One is the activity, you know, no judgment on the activity. The affiliation, obviously, and then the knowledge, and then the intention, you know. So the activity, the affiliation, and the intention. And I'm doing my best not to judge, you know, because people are like, obviously, like, people are gonna do what they're gonna do, obviously. But then when it comes to hit the plateau, people might, like, you know, they might not realize the limitation that they're in, and within the limitation that they're in, people could go to extreme measures to try to break that plateau. But will the plateau be broken but in my case, you know, on like a more authentic, you know, spiritual path, respectively? Because I like, and most ironically, that spiritual path, that's the shit that's fucking breaking the plateaus to all this fucking surface level material shit. And the surface level material shit, they're just going along for the ride, you know, and no judgment. That's, but because like this is exact logic. That's why I'm delivering the exact logic. I'm not judging it. I'm seeing for what the fuck it is, you know. And if you take offense, it doesn't matter, because the experiment is the experiment, and we're gonna see the results of the experiment, you know. So I'm just in Home Depot. Ooh, look at that piece. So within that, so what could we learn from the experiment? We could learn that the limitations aren't good or bad, but the limitations that you how how the experiment of your limitations, how you break your limitations, that's your good story. You know, how you're breaking your limitations, and how you're breaking your limitations, most respectively on a spiritual level, is it, what percentage is it of the quote unquote just the devil's way alone? That's the whole fucking debunking of like this whole fucking shit, you know? Or how is it with a more bigger picture, not just one fucking polarized thing, you know? It's not just one polarized thing. Is it one polarized thing? Maybe it's just the devil, or is it low key a bigger picture shit, you know? And that bigger picture shit, once we go into that real spiritual path, then sometimes there's a particular slowing down process, you know, because the bigger picture and all of what we have to go through with that, that's the real processing work, you know, the real processing work. And within that real processing work, sometimes then we're gonna find the spiritual limitations, as opposed to just the surface level matrix limitations. So it's going to be a shifting of limitations, and within that shifting transition, then shit could happen in a whole different way, you know. When that shift happens, you know, when that shift happens, the reality could appear to be, you know, quote unquote breaking down, end quote. It could appear to be breaking down, but it's not necessarily breaking down. It's just being rearranged. And how you adjust to that breaking down, that shows the real fates, what you could fucking handle, right? Because the future is based on what you could handle, obviously. And based on what you could handle, we're a product. What we're going through right now, it's because we've already kind of proven, just on a grade to grade level, we've proven to, like, you know, the quote unquote overseers what we could handle, you know? So whatever happens in the future, it's based on how you've built yourself with the changing of times, right? But we're not necessarily like we're not following up on those changing of times. But we could be. And however you're doing that, that's cool, you know? But the difference between me, respectively, and like, you know, just anybody, you know, being like you know, a representative of change, no judgment, not good, not bad, is, you know, the things that were mentioned before. So the difference between me and the other people of change is just there's just been not good, not bad, not trying to be egotistical. Inevitably, there is, on a different, deeper esoteric level, there just is different accumulation processes of what has been, you know, contributed, and energetically it could be taken accounted for, because then you could kind of give your kind of like you could give something of a resume, or you could give something of just you could just showcase your credibility in your resume pretty much to other resonant people who want, like, you know, real fucking quote unquote absolute logic, end quote. And if you're not about that, that's okay, you know. It's just like, it's an acquired taste. I'm not gonna bash if you don't like, if you don't prefer me or like me, I'm not gonna bash you. There's things aren't just aligned, you know. I didn't mean to rant. I just wanted to like, I just wanted to kind of like, I just kind of wanted to like go through this shit, you know? Go through this shit and practice, you know, practice like a more hygienic truth, you know? Like, because before any of this, like, before you go onto some type of path, you got to realize, like, can I clean my diet? If I can't clean my diet, what's stopping me? Well, because we're just in the matrix, you know? You're just in the matrix. And the matrix is what the matrix is, you know? So I didn't mean to be too ranty with this video, but it just came out how it came out, you know? So the intention, the affiliation, etc., whatever. He's like, oh, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. He's gonna. Dun 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 dun. What's that theme song they used to play in the Bulls? You know, I think Space Jam, there's a couple cool theme songs there, right? Get your groove on or something like that. So, there's some pots. Ooh, this one looks, that's a good pot, huh? Okay. Vigora. Ooh, that sounds very rigorous. Oh, that sounds very like, oh, let's put this soil in the pot and let's put some steroids in the soil. See what happens if I go up here. Okay. Okay. All right. Incoming call. There is one more point I wanted to finish, and it was just like, yeah, just the how we go about things. May we find some rare tribes, the rarest probably on the earth, or new. They're probably not even born yet, dude. But a tribe that will like just, you know, kind of maybe start off with like some type of balance, but like a group can't be given everything, because then where would the growth be, you know? But maybe like if they were quote unquote given everything, end quote, then they would have to go towards like a real fucking deeper mission, right? So what is that deeper mission? What is the future, you know? What is the deeper mission? What is the future? And obviously it could be like, you know, the universe might need a solution we don't even know about it needs, you know? That's what the humans might be used for, etc. Thank you guys.